Hey y'all, let's take a walk through camp and talk about Joshua 2 while they played disc golf. I'm calling this chapter in my blog, Faith Makes the Invisible Visible. But first, let's have a moment of silence for Corey. Okay, so the first chapter taught us to always be strong and courageous and know that He is with us wherever we go. So now, moving on to the second chapter. Joshua had sent out 2 spies to scout the land of Jericho, which had high walls, very strong security, and they were actually on high alert because of all that they had heard the Lord do for the Israelites. The spies ended up entering the house of a prostitute named Rahab. If you think about it, that was the most logical place to go for several reasons. First off, she's a prostitute, so it's pretty common for random strangers to come in and out of her house, which would make it less noticeable. Second, given that she is a prostitute, it's likely the rest of the town, especially the higher ups, look down on her. So this would set her apart and make her the most willing to help and provide the spies with information. And last, she lived on the city wall, which made it easy for them to sneak back out. God always amazes me with how strategic He is. So while the spies are at Rahab's house, the king of Jericho was told some of the Israelites had come in to scout the land. Well, the king sent out a message to Rahab instructing her to send out the men who had entered her house, as they had come to scout the entire land. However, Rahab had already hid the men and deceived the king's messengers by telling them that the men had already left and that they might catch them if they hurry up after them quickly. So not only did Rahab hide the men, but she lied to the king and she sent the messengers on a whole wild goose chase to distract them. And here's a little side note. Rahab could have gotten serious trouble by all of this, but she had faith and she trusted in God more, despite living in a place that didn't even believe in Him. After the men had left, Rahab instructed the spies to go hide in the hill country for 3 days, which is a place of refuge, a symbol of God's provision and divine protection. And in return, the spies provided her with specific instructions to ensure the safety of her and her entire family. They told her to bring all of her family into her home and tie a scarlet cord to the window, in which she did as soon as they left. So to sum it up, what I got from chapter 2, do not underestimate God's plan. To believers who truly follow, trust that even in situations that may not always look good or that may look bigger than you can handle, if He brought you to it, be patient and know that He can use anyone or thing to help bring you through it. Also, don't judge others by the things that you can visibly see about them. It's the things on the inside that only God can see that truly matters. Because remember, He used Rahab, a prostitute, but deep down inside she was loyal, had faith, and trusted God in a situation that could have had her in a world of trouble by the leaders where she dwelled. God had a purpose for her, and He protected her. Now for the Rahabs, the ones who still live in the world that doesn't really truly live for God but still has a mustard seed of belief, know that He does have a purpose for you, and He will protect you, and He will save you, just like Rahab. Joshua 2 also led me to Hebrews 11, which really presses faith. Faith is mentioned 27 times in my CSB version. And we all know God is repetitive when something is important. Faith is the reality of what is hoped for, the proof of what is not seen. Again, this shows that we should trust God and the unseen. Where He leads us is so much better than the things that we can actually see. Faith makes the invisible visible. I hope this video reaches who it was meant to reach. And if you're not already, feel free to follow me at kbsdeals.com.